plot or not to plot. Whether it is nobler to plan your writing in advance or to just write everything the seat of your pants.
You're making this up as you go, aren't you?
I'm Taryn Tyler.
I'm Hallie Tyler.
And we are the Scribbler sisters.
So there are two basic kinds of writers, the ones that plot and then the ones that just make shit up as they go, also known as pantsers.
Can I just say that in a community of wordsmiths who make a living off of crafting words to be beautiful and say exactly what you mean, how did they come up with the word pantser?
They made it up as they went. I'm a plotter. You'll know if you follow me on Instagram.
I am not. I am a discoverer.
Right, discoverer. That's one word. One word for it.
So there's no one way to write a book. That's why for our writing tip videos, we always try to do them together because I write different than Hallie writes different than me, we both write different than you. But it still helps to discuss it with each other because we can always learn from each other and pick up different pieces of other writers' methods to help with our own.
After you have your ideas and you've let it incubate, you've probably had some sort of a in-between phase where you're thought dumping or info dumping. You're kind of just writing plot point ideas, character ideas, maybe even very skeletal snippets of scenes. You start taking all of that information that you've maybe written down or you let incubate and you actually put it into a structured form. I will use a playlist to help with the pacing. I'll usually have like one song that is supposed to capture the general overall feel or events that occur in each chapter. That helps me pace it out. I'll also use images to help with fine-tuning character sketches, and then I will use sticky notes to help put all of the major plot points into chronological order. It helps use a big open space like a wall or bulletin board, so that way you can put everything in order and then also separate it into the sections for like having your different chapters. I usually like to have each chapter have some sort of a general theme so that there is a little bit of an arc in each chapter. Once you have it organized, then you can put it into a Word document and that way you have it on with you whenever you need to write. Plotting can change as the writing process progresses, but it provides me with a good outline of where the story is going to go, so I always know what I'm going to be needing to write next. I don't always write in order, but if you're having that like writer's block, you know at least though I need to write the scene that's supposed to go next. Or transitioning from scene to scene, make sure that the pacing flows well, and that I can develop the characters cohesively.
For me, after I come up with my amazing, wonderful, fantastic idea that I could not possibly not write, this connects with this and this connects with that, I must write it. And I allow it to germinate for a couple weeks, a couple months, sometimes if I'm working on other projects at the same time, a year. I take a notebook and a pen and I write. For my first draft, I always like to, if it is at all possible, handwrite it because it helps me tap into more of a stream of consciousness type of thinking so that I can discover the story rather than try to direct it. I'm not the boss of my story. The story is the boss of me, and it is going to pull me in directions I don't expect and that I don't necessarily see coming. So I can't plot that out. I can't plan it. The closest that I have to a structure for my plotting is that I will write a playlist during my germination period so that I have like an emotional arc of where the story is eventually going to go, and I can still really in touch with like the feel and taste of the story. I've read enough since I was young that I really have an intuitive feel for the pacing of a book, and I like stay more on the subconscious level when I'm writing, at least the first draft, rather than getting stuck up in my head and starting from that point. I can do that later during my editing process when I notice that some things aren't quite working. But for the creation period, I like to just have more of a stream of consciousness type of process. I think it was a Michelangelo quote where he said that when he made a statue, the sculpture was already inside the stone and he just had to find it. And that's really the way I see my story, is that I am just discovering the story, and so I'm just chasing it to its end. And it's really, really exciting because I get to experience it almost like I'm the reader. And so it's really fun to see where it's going to take me. Sometimes I will also make a list of different events that may or may not happen in the story. They're planned to happen in the story, but sometimes when they get there, it just doesn't quite fit. And a character that was supposed to die does not die, or a character that was not supposed to die does. And, the pacing changes, the order changes. It's kind of just notations, so that if I am staring at the page and I don't know what happens next, I go, oh, that's what's next. And so that I can set things up. Like if a character's supposed to die later on, I need to have, a certain amount of emotional connection with the character for it to have an impact and stuff like that. But yeah, for the most part, I just jump into the story and just go. So, are you a plotter or a discoverer? Do you use the wrong word for discover? You need to stop that right now. But it's all subjective. Writing, subjective. Don't use that word.
If you want to see more writing tip videos or other Scribbler Sister videos, definitely hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Instagram at Hallie_Tyler,
or you can follow me and you can follow me at Taryn_Tyler_author.
Or it could be
or
both.
Both. It's not a choice of either or.
But it's one of us is clearly cooler.
We're both equally the same.
See you next time.
Thank you for watching. Hello, I'm Taryn Tyler.
I'm Hallie Tyler.
And we are
the Scribbler Sisters. Or
sister.
It could be
Hello. 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 I'm Taryn Tyler.
Stop laughing for her.
Okay.
The Scribbler Sisters. You said it with me.
Oh, I forgot about It didn't even go.
And then for plotting can change as the writing process progresses. So, but it helps. Oh my gosh! Words.
Words. Hamlet.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying like good job, Taryn. So
I remember Hamlet. Did it film anything?
I don't know.
I don't know. Just take it from explaining about what to do with writing. The beginning.
Back to the beginning.
I wanted to sing like Bible song. We're back in the beginning. All right, from the top. Almost.
Once more with feeling.
Once more to bridge. Keep that Shakespearean.
Well, I feel like I have no energy, so I exploded it. Exploited. Scribbler Sister Dictionary. Exploded. When you exert
too much energy
and go kaput.
Just start.
What the frick? How are our neighbors that loud? All of a sudden.
Just went okay. All of a sudden.
Well, that's not all of a sudden, so
Made it.
that would be be all of a sudden, because I think they're a couple, aren't they?
Yeah.
Fourth time's the charm.
Sticky notes.
Yep. Still coming.
Is it my turn?
Yes, go. Recording with the mic.
Stardust understand.
No, Stardust is not. That's why they keep not.
That's not Stardust. That's the phone. The phone's stupid. But Stardust.
Don't say I'm phone stupid. I'll like times.
So, how do you write? No, that's not right.
Let me check. We're still rolling. Okay.
Yay.
All right. So the Pantsers discover